Josh, thank you for joining us here on talkSPORT. It's fight week.
Yep.
With yourself and Craig Richards headlining the O2, man. How excited are you now that you've got you've had a great career thus far and beating stuff, but to get these domestic showdowns, O2 Arena and stuff, you want these big fights, right?
You do, and I always say to people, when you go to other fights and you're in the audience and you're a spectator and it's a local derby, you're like, oh, this is going to be a good one. So to be in one, it's good, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Exactly. And when you had the gloves off with each other, I know Eddie was making a lot of the face-to-face, but I know you've had little bits together previously that I've seen clips of. What did you read into that? Did you take anything from those moments together?
Just the narrative that he kept on pushing forward, which I've spoken about a lot of times. But like I say, man, Saturday we get to settle it.
And that's the thing and all, he was talking to you about your journey, right, and saying, of course you've got the pedigree, but he thinks the matchroom backing and all of that good stuff. What do you make of his journey thus far to the world title?
Irrelevant. I don't care about it, to be fair. And if I, didn't do what I had to do in the amateurs, matchroom wouldn't have given the backing. You have to earn it. He knows that. That's the thing. So when he wants to put the narrative that he's putting across, I'm like, you're lying to yourself, bro.
And you get the win here, it is firmly on the world title, right? That is what you're aiming for next.
That's what I've said. They haven't said this is a final eliminator, but that's what it should be, yeah.
I'm counting it as it is, mate. That's what you've said.
Sure.
I'm saying it. I haven't had the chance to ask you about this before, but I know you've talked about it in other interviews when you were coming out to become a professional from the Olympics. I know Floyd Mayweather was making you an offer, man. Talk to me a little bit about just the swooning process that he made at the Olympics.
So I think after my second fight in the games, I knocked out the Uzbek, who he'd won a lot of world medals, was the flag bearer for his country, and we went to support another teammate, and someone was like, "Oh, Mayweather's over there," and I'm like, "Oh, if Mayweather's there, why are we not there? Why are we not getting a picture?"
Yeah.
They were like, "Nah, the security's there. They're not letting anyone in." I said, "Guys, forget the security. I'm going in for a picture." Got there, the security's there. They're like, "You can't get in." So I'm like, "Cool." Turning around, and the guy with him was like, "Oh, there's Buatsi." So then I came over. He said, "Cool." Tried to introduce myself. Said, "Yep, heard all about you, X, Y, and Z." Said, "We want to sign you, this and that." I said, "Cool." He gave me a number. He said, "If you want to make money, call this number." I said, "Cool, Floyd, I'm going to hit you up." So I was walking away and he goes, "My man, what did I say to you?" He said, "If you want to make money, call this number." He said, "Cool." Came back to England. I went straight back to uni. Communications broke down. Things went as it should go because I felt like going with Matchroom was the right team at that time. So, but yeah, he was interested, but this is where I'm at.
Have you ever spoke to him since?
I haven't, I don't think. I don't think I've seen him since, actually.
You left him broken-hearted, man.
Nah, he's not broken-hearted.
But still, like you said, though, you must have been gassed just, that he knew all about you at that point.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, I've come out here just to watch you." And I said, "You're lying. There's a whole crop of people out here. You didn't just come here to watch me." But he was laughing.
Still, but like you said, I think you ended up with 258. Obviously, the AJ partnership there as well, and the friendship that was born there. How important have you found that up on your journey?
That's been crucial. Do you know what I mean? They've been there from the start when I turned professional. They've done a good job with me, so I couldn't take nothing away from them.
You know what? AJ's had domestic showdowns with Dillian, of course.
Which was the first professional fight that I went to live.
Was it really?
100%. I remember that night, at the O2.
Wow, that's
amazing.
quality.
Yeah, man. It was amazing.
Again, as I say, he's got that domestic showdowns in his back pocket. And is he going to be at your fight? What did he think about you taking this fight? Have you spoke to him?
Who knows? I've spoken to him, though, because I said to him, going into a local rivalry like this, what would you advise? He gave me 2 points, which I will hold close to my chest, but I've definitely spoken to him.
Let's talk about Virgil Hunter a little bit, man.
Let's go.
I know I caught you a little bit at talkSPORT. We only had a couple minutes and you were telling me about the move to America. So I think you did say, because I was at the Kalic fight, and you said that was the one, right, where you thought, you know what, I need to tighten up a little bit and this is the guy that's going to do it.
Yeah. Talk about Kalic, he messaged me yesterday saying he's coming to the fight.
Oh, yeah?
I said, make sure you come to the changing rooms, come check me before I head out to fight. But yeah, it was that fight that I said, you know what, I need to add to my game. So adding to the game is what I did, ended up in the States. Until date, I can't say I regret it at all. It's the best move that I've made.
Talk to me about that move, though, what it entails. Are you kind of just living day by day, Virgil Hunter, What I mean as well is did you always admire Virgil and you thought this is the guy that I want?
Yeah, I followed, there's a tournament that Andre Ward was in called the Super Six.
Yeah.
And I followed it closely, watched everything, got the little insights, and of course that Virgil's his trainer. I said, damn, this guy's a good coach, man. Listen to some of the comments that he made. I said, nice coach, good guy. But that was someone that started boxing when I started boxing, I was 15. But that's just something that I said, left it. And then years down the line, I'm training with him, do you know what I mean? So it's something that I said when I first started boxing, and it's something that's happening now. So you can imagine, I'm like, okay, this is someone that from the very start I said, oh, he's a good trainer. Lived in the States though. By that time, I wasn't traveling around the world. I was barely leaving Croydon, where I'm from. So I said, there's no way I'm going to be in the States doing what I'm doing now.
And you still go back to Ghana a lot as well?
All the time. I'm going to Ghana after this fight.
Oh yeah? First place you want to hit?
Yeah, 100%.
But do you like coming back to fight in the UK as well though?
Love it, absolutely, man. This is where I'm from. This is where I miss the most. You know what I mean? When I'm in the States, if I do miss anything, it's here. Being in London, for sure.
But that's the thing though, right? Like, do you have that desire to fight in America as well? Because I know that you have at MSG and places like that, but like, again, like to headline a show there and places like that. Is it on the bucket list?
Yeah, it is, man. I think for every fighter it is. But for now, fighting out here is good. I love fighting in England. But if I did have a massive fight in the States, I wouldn't say no to it.
And lastly on Virgil, like, what's the main thing do you think you've taken away from being around him? Like, because I guess he's got a lot of wisdom to impart, but is it just a case of like the actual setup and like the atmosphere, the professionalism? Like, what's it like being with him?
It's an all-round lesson. It's not just boxing. It's life skills, people skills, advice. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I do. Like, it's a whole package that comes with it.
Is that why AJ works for you too?
It doesn't work for me at all.
No, not
AJ
work
doesn't.
for you, but I mean the relationship works for you because you've got that.
AJ's cool, yeah. You know what I mean? I can ask him questions as well. Someone that's been there and done it, and he can say, "This is what I think. This is what I don't think," and then I can say, "Cool, I'll make my own judgment on it. I'll make my own judgment on it." But thanks for the advice.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, June 18th, Smith Jr. Beterbiev. You got any thoughts on that, or who you think will come out on top?
Tricky one. Both punch hard, so maybe whoever gets the good shot in first, because they're both good finishers as well. So that's what I think it'll be down to.